Hey everybody, welcome to the AI Guide on YouTube, where we focus on the human impact of AI. Why? Because that's what really matters in the end. And today we have a great human impact story in the sense that one of the most important things we as human beings have to do is go to work to earn the money to support ourselves. So how is AI actually being used at work today? And today we're going to focus on small and mid-sized companies. Why? Because the vast majority of us work for small and mid-sized companies. When I say vast majority, I believe the last statistic I read was 86% of workers in the United States work for small and mid-sized businesses, meaning only 14% works for the huge corporations. So obviously, small businesses are positioned differently than these huge corporations in terms of resources and staff. So how does that affect the adoption of AI? We're going to give you a couple of use cases today, courtesy of Vistage. Now, Vistage is an organization that helps train CEOs, chief executive officers, the boss, to do a better job. And they do it a bunch of ways by writing articles like the one we're going to cover. But they also do retreats and counseling and all kinds of stuff that CEOs get. And Vistage has been around for a long time now. So the title of this article by Vistage is, "What Can AI Do for Your Company?" Two Vistage CEO members share how they gained a significant competitive advantage with AI. In March 2023, 4 months after the public release of ChatGPT, that's 3.5, 43% of small and mid-sized business leaders agreed that large language models, LLMs, like generative AI, presented an opportunity for their business. And that means that, by definition, 50% didn't think it would provide an opportunity for them. Early adopters are still a minority. Why? Because of limited resources, as I said, in small and mid-sized businesses. Of small and mid-sized businesses, only 20% are using generative AI so far, while 33% are not using or testing the technology. Now, P.S., this article is very recent, but that statement is radically changing right now due to the general release of Microsoft Copilot to the small and mid-sized business community. By the way, you can get a personal subscription to that now also. More than half, 51% of CEOs report using AI for customer engagement functions, such as creating marketing content or enhancing customer service, which is chatbots. It's true that companies that implement AI today are going to see a massive competitive advantage, says Joe Galvin of Vistage, but soon it won't be an advantage, it'll be a necessity. And my viewers know that everyone is saying that AI will destroy companies that don't use it, that the companies that do use AI will be so far ahead of them, they'll never catch up and be able to compete. So again, this is two case studies. CEO number one, a company called CRI Genetics. 5 years ago, DNA testing company CRI Genetics, that's 2019, began converting its software-based products into AI-based ones. So this was machine learning, right? This was before generative AI. By doing so, the company was able to increase the number of ethnicities it could test from over 26 to over 60. So incorporating AI into their software allowed them to genetically test more than double the number of different ethnicities of people that they were previously able to test. I was blown away by what it could do for us, said the CEO of CRI when he saw generative AI for the first time. By automating repeatable tasks in research and development, generative AI tools like ChatGPT and Python could take something that would normally take 3 to 4 scientists and R&D personnel 3 to 4 months and reduce the time needed for that output to 3 to 4 weeks. So that's a factor of 10 improvement thanks to AI. Once those tools were integrated into the company, employees immediately had more time for more important tasks. One of those tasks was they had the bandwidth to work on game-changing products such as Timeline, a genetic test that aims to identify a customer's ancestors, the genes they passed on, and the historical context in which they lived. So this test that CRI has will now tell you, going back thousands of years, your ancestry genetically. Stunning. We would not have been able to approach this product without AI because it would have taken significantly more individuals or significantly more staff time than we have, said the CEO. By innovating faster, we are potentially creating way more value for the customer. The guy's name is Alex Molyar. Molyar has found other unconventional applications for the technology. When making a difficult decision as CEO, for example, say how to launch a new product into different industries, he will send prompts to ChatGPT to help him sort through key considerations. I'm not using it to give me the answers I wouldn't trust it to, but it can help me open my mind to other possibilities. So that's one case study. Let's sum that up real quickly. This is early. AI is not yet replacing workers. It's allowing them to work on more important things than doing manual tasks all the time. Case study number 2, a company called Matcha.com, M-A-T-C-H-A, which is an e-commerce company. As the CEO of the e-commerce company Matcha.com, Andre Fasciola has always tuned into what's new in technology. With his ear to the ground, he knew ChatGPT was coming years before its release in November of 2022. And when that day arrived, he was one of the first to use it. So that's an important point. ChatGPT just didn't suddenly materialize over months. This was years and years of hard research to produce that breakthrough. I needed to 10x myself and each of our employees. We're a small company, and I had read that AI or generative technology was a way to do that. By experimenting with ChatGPT, Fasciola found a huge number of use cases, almost to the point where it was too many ways to use it, he said. Those included writing and editing blog posts, performing financial modeling, managing inventory and international shipments, mapping and predicting customer buyer behavior, creating legal documents such as partnership agreements, trademark agreements, and NDAs, and summarizing peer-reviewed journal articles. So let's break that down for a second. Across the job spectrum in a company, AI is starting to disrupt those job functions. What does that mean? That means that you can tell from these comments, it's going to hit the office people, so-called white-collar workers first. He didn't say anything about his production people, which in an e-commerce company is not actually making stuff, but it's his buyers buying products that they then sell on this website and stuff like that. It's all the office stuff that is being impacted. Now here we go for you marketing people. By using AI to automate and optimize digital ad spending, Matcha.com has saved 30% year over year while growing revenue in that channel by 50%. Integrating customer service functions and automating answers to customer frequently asked questions has reduced manual tasks for the customer service team by half. Fasciola also credits AI with freeing up 15 to 20% of his own time. One of the greatest benefits, however, caught him and his team by surprise. After Matcha.com signed a deal with a famous musician who they can't name yet, the marketing team decided to experiment by using ChatGPT to create a commercial instead of hiring an expensive digital branding firm to do it. Once fed the right prompt, ChatGPT generated a polished script for a 30-second commercial, complete with details about set design, sound effects, and time of day to shoot the commercial. It probably saved us $300,000, and it did it in 30 seconds. Again, marketers beware. Research it, play with it, he says. You need to invest the time up front to learn about it, because if you don't, your competitors will. So let's sum up that story and then the big picture. So in this story, as I said, most of the office jobs are being impacted favorably at this point, but AI is exponentially improving. As that happens, we're talking staff reductions. Definitely. Why? It makes the company more profitable, which is what the CEO/owner cares about. Money in their pocket. That's rational capitalist behavior. Number two, big picture. What does this mean? AI is really a baby right now in small and mid-sized companies, just starting to be used. Much more so at the huge corporations where significantly more automation has already occurred. But again, the bulk of people work in these small and mid-sized companies. So that is what's really going to affect large numbers of people. So what does this mean? This means that small, mid-sized companies, probably mid-sized companies, are 5 years behind the big ones in terms of AI integration and automation. And the small companies are probably 10 years behind. So this is good news for the bulk of employees, but 5 years goes by quickly, folks. This is why I constantly say, prepare yourself. Learn as much as you can about AI. Switch to a career that is less likely to be disrupted by AI. You can tell from these articles that there are clearly some things that are going to be heavily impacted by AI. Marketing, legal work, traditional office work like writing and sending emails and customer interaction and all of that stuff. So you need to prepare now. Why? Because it may take you 2 to 3 years to get into a better/safer job. That means you're barely ahead of that 5-year curve. And trust me, I know what I'm talking about. I have been responsible for hiring at companies for a long time now, and I understand what the learning curve is to switch to something new. So get going now, prepare yourself. That's why this channel exists, is to help you psychologically prepare for what's coming and to be in front of it, not run over by it. So thanks so much for tuning in. Please like, subscribe, and share. Really important for this channel right now, so I appreciate your help with that. Also, critically, please support us on Patreon. Your donations make a huge difference. Why? Because that means that we can do way more than we're doing right now to help prepare you for a highly automated future now on the medium-term horizon, 3 to 5 years. So thanks so much. Take care. We'll see you next time. Bye.